What is going on, everybody? It's Das here. Welcome back to another video. So I want to break down the top insider buys and sales from the last couple of days, really from the last trading week here. We're going to break down what stocks are being sold, what stocks are being bought, and we'll break down some charts very quickly, guys. Nothing too crazy in this video. So smash the like button, make sure to subscribe, and don't forget to get up to 15 stocks from Moomoo with at least a $100 deposit using that link down below, the QR code right here, or by going to StockSurfS.com/Moomoo. And get this, guys, your uninvested cash on the platform will earn 8.1% APY. This is unbeatable. It's a no-brainer. So again, use that link down below, get your money. And with that being said, cheers. Let's dive right into the video. So I started doing this pretty much every single Saturday, Sunday over the weekend, right? I started making videos going over the top sales buys from insiders over the last couple of days, and it seems like you guys like this type of content, so I figured, hey, let me continue doing it. Let me tell you guys, there were a lot of sales from the past week, so let's just dive into it. Not too many buys, by the way, a lot of sales. So let me just get into this very quickly. So what we have right here, what you guys are seeing, these are the top 10% owner trading. So these are big holders of these companies, guys, of these stocks, right? So these are the top sales from the top 10% owners, essentially, right? So if we zoom in a little bit here, let's start going from top to bottom, right? So the first one here, do you guys see that? That is Chewy, ticker symbol CHWY, which I made a video yesterday going over the speculation that Roaring Kitty was in Chewy. He bought calls, he bought shares, whatever, because he simply tweeted a picture of a freaking dog, guys. So that shot the stock up like crazy, and it looks like here Argos Holdings ended up taking advantage of that, selling. It looks like everything. Hold on a second. It looks like here their shares total now says 0. So this came out yesterday. It looks like here they sold 17 million shares at $28.49, a $500 million sale. Oh my goodness, guys. So Argos Holdings, GP LLC, 10% owner, probably more than that, right? These are at least 10% owners here. They sold out completely, 17,500,000 shares. We also got a big sale out of Eli Lilly. It looks like the Lilly Endowment Inc. They sold 188,000 shares, roughly $170 million, $903 per share is where they sold out. And it looks like, okay, they still have a lot of shares. The Lilly Endowment still owns a ton of Eli Lilly, but they did sell a decent amount over the last couple of days. It looks like another sale here from Argos Chewy. It looks like that was the day after. They sold another 5 million shares at $30 per share. So a lot of selling from Argos in terms of Chewy stock. Then we have the MasterCard Foundation right here selling some MasterCard stock. It looks like they sold 138,000 shares on this day at $453 per share. Another 136,000 shares on this day at $456 per share, selling about 120 million bucks in total. But guys, don't get too scared. They still own 92 million shares. So the MasterCard Foundation, yes, they are selling some MasterCard, but not much at all, really. They still own a ton. They actually sold even more here and here. So a couple of sales out of the MasterCard Foundation. They're pretty much just trimming a little bit. Nothing crazy. They still own millions of shares. Let me see some other interesting names here. It looks like Carvana, 10% owner, Ernest Garcia. Is that the CEO? I have no idea. Let's click this guy's name very quickly. Is he the CEO? What is this guy? Doesn't really say here. Either way, I don't know if it's the CEO or what, a director, whatever. But we are noticing he ended up selling out on the 25th and the 26th of June out of Carvana. Looks like here he sold, and you guys can kind of track the lines that I'm looking at, hopefully. Looks like he sold 75,000 shares on this day, another 75,000 shares on this day, so about 150,000 shares in total he sold Let's see, how many millions is that? About 18 million bucks of stock, and he still owns a good amount of shares, but actually he trimmed about 10%. So it looks like he owns 785,000 shares now, but he trimmed 150,000 shares over the last couple of days. So that's actually a pretty significant chunk out of, this guy's position. Again, high up in Carvana. So Carvana, we're noticing some insiders selling, some more here in Carvana, the same guy. Let's see here. QDEL, we're noticing some selling. 73,000 shares here at $34. Another $35 sale here at $35 a share. 68,000 shares were sold. This is the Carlyle Group, guys. A lot of selling from the Carlyle Group, ticker symbol QDEL. CG is another ticker. They're selling out of there. Looks like that's the Carlyle Group. Let me see some other notable tickers here from the last couple of days that people are getting out of. Like I said, there's not many buying, guys, or not much buying going on. These are all the transactions, by the way. A lot of sales this past week, which has kind of been the trend here. It looks like, what company is this? Altair Engineering. We got some selling there. Let's see. What's the biggest sale in terms of percentage cut? I want to see who is cutting, or what stocks are being dumped. Not just trims, but big positions are being dumped out of here. It looks like the biggest one so far might have been Carvana. Some good chunks being sold out of there. It looks like Altair. Here it looks like this guy sold half of his position. Looks like the Christ Revocable Trust. They sold 100,000 shares of ALTR at $98 per share, $9.8 million sale, and they own 200,000 shares, so a good chunk was sold out of there. Let me see the buy transactions from this week, guys. Not much buying going on, but it looks like we did get some buying in Prudential Insurance, ticker symbol PRU. Looks like 650,000 shares were bought at $27.57. That was an $18 million buy there, so a nice addition there. Looks like IFS, Intercorp Peru Limited, Ltd. Looks like 340,000 shares were bought at $19 per share, so that one might be worth looking at. And of course, guys, just because insiders are buying doesn't mean that we have to go rush and buy, but it's interesting to see kind of what's going on with these big, with these big companies, with the insiders, what they're buying, what they're selling. And again, there's not much buying right now, mostly selling. And those were some of the bigger names here. Let me see. These are the buy transactions for maybe some smaller companies that you guys might not know too much. Let me see some bigger notable buys here. Looks like CRM. Some CRM was bought about 8 days ago. Looks like nothing crazy though. I mean, 2,000 shares at $240. A director, Oscar Munoz, bought some CRM there. That was a $500,000 buy. Now he owns 7,000 shares, so that's not too big of a move there in CRM. Looks like Marvell got bought up. Looks like $70 per share. 1,400 shares were bought. $100,000 move there. 1.9K shares is what this guy, a director, Daniel Dern, owns. So not crazy in terms of dollar value there. But it looks like PBF, which we covered in my video, I believe, last week, that one's still being bought up by insiders here. We got another buy on the 26th, 100,000 shares at $44.91. Another buy on the 21st, which we might have covered last week. Yeah, $26 million buy, 600,000 shares. And let me actually pull up the PBF chart for you guys, which is an energy company like we covered in my last video. This one actually looks pretty interesting chart-wise. So it's down from $62 to $46, still down 28% from the recent high. Uptrend is obviously holding. We have a nice higher low here being made at about 42, 45 bucks per share. And now it looks like we're clearly trying to bounce off this point. So this one might be the most interesting one, maybe most under the radar play that we're going to talk about here on this video. We have mass buying pressure coming in from the insiders. The trend looks really good. Still a lot of room to run, arguably, on PBF. So this one's at the top of my watch list for sure. Out of these insider buy/sales sale stocks that we're looking at, for sure, PBF is at the top. Let's see what else here, guys. So it looks like another big buy from the 28th was TXO, I believe. Yeah, TXO is the ticker. $20 per share. Looks like 890 or 880,000 shares were bought at $20 per share. A $17 million buy. So a pretty big buy there on TXO. Looks like the president of product and development bought that one, guys. Let me pull this up, then we'll wrap up this video. Yeah, pretty interesting buys and sales from this past week. But yeah, TXO is one that's being bought up big time by that one guy. Let me pull the ticker up here. Yeah, this is TXO Partners LP, which I got to dive deeper into, but it looks like, let's see if we can see that times and sales, the big buy on the times and sales. Probably not. If it wants to even pop up, it's not popping up. Either way, guys, look, this is actually very beaten down. Looks like they're buying the dip on top of the 180 moving average. This one might be interesting, TXO, and again, the previous one, PBF, that we already covered. So these are a couple that I'm watching right now, guys, and just in general, kind of what's going on with the insiders in the past couple of days at some of the bigger companies and some of the more low-key companies that maybe not many people know about. So yeah, more of a fun video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. And if you want some free money, hey, who doesn't like free money? Up to 15 stocks with at least a $100 deposit, and your uninvested cash on the platform, the Moomoo platform, will earn 8.1% APY right now. So use that link down below, the QR code right here, or go to stocksurfast.com/Moomoo. Get your money, guys. And with that being said, cheers. I'll see you in the next video.